Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham. Well, it is more of the same as we hit the middle of the week.
That's right. So let's get right to meteorologist Jeremy Lagu with what we can expect today. Good morning, Jeremy.
Well, good morning. And yeah, it's more of the same. We got temperatures in the mid-30s under cloudy skies this morning. But I do think what winds up happening in the next couple of hours is we wind up seeing a little more clearing and a little more sun as it comes up. 35 here in Spokane, 34 in Coeur d'Alene, and 36 there in Sandpoint, 27 in Wenatchee, and 25 in Moses Lake. We've got that cloud cover kind of moving its way out, a little bit of lingering lower atmospheric cloud cover, getting rid of some of that high stuff. But as we move into the day, expect it to be a little sunny. A mix of clouds and sun takes us through today as temperatures climb into the mid-40s once again. We'll be in the mid-40s later on this afternoon. We've got a mix of clouds and sun today, and it looks like we stay that way as we head into the weekend. Mid-40s and a mix of clouds and sun both Saturday and Sunday.
New overnight, a mobile home caught fire on East Wiley Avenue in Spokane. Now, this fire started around 8:30 last night. The Fire District 9 Division Chief says the fire could be seen from half a mile away. Now, the Spokane Fire Department says the mobile home is a total loss, but thankfully no one was hurt. They are still investigating as to what caused this fire. Well, 39-year-old Aaron Kelly is suspected of killing one person and critically injuring another when he opened fire inside the Richland Fred Meyer. U.S. Marshals arrested Kelly near Moses Lake yesterday, more than 12 hours after the shooting. Now, with him behind bars, the community is starting to settle. Police say that Kelly entered the store and was walking up and down the aisles. He did have a brief conversation with 38-year-old Justin Crumba before he allegedly pulled out a handgun and shot him to death.
Acquaintances of Kelly have described his condition to investigators as being in decline over the last few weeks and months. He has been described as distancing himself from friends and family.
A GoFundMe has been set up for Crumba's family and has raised nearly $22,000 in less than 24 hours. A second victim, a Fred Meyer employee, remains in critical condition. The local Red Cross is seeing a surge of people wanting to donate blood following the tragedy, including Samuel Cho, whose girlfriend used to work with the victim that's now in critical condition.
He says that he's like the greatest, nicest guy in the building at Fred Meyer. She used to work with him, and he really needs the help right now, so it's the least I can do.
Police say there is no evidence that Kelly knew any of the men that he shot. Now, the shooter also made his first appearance in court yesterday, so let's get right to Tim Pham with more on what the court documents detailed.
Yeah, so the suspect made his first court appearance in Benton County. Aaron Kelly is charged with murder and attempted murder. Probable cause documents detail events surrounding the shooting. When Richland police arrived at the store, they found two people with gunshot wounds. A Fred Meyer employee told police she recognized Kelly because he was suspected of shoplifting at the store last Thursday. Investigators say the suspect's ex-roommate identified Kelly after police posted his photo on social media. Brian Scott told police Kelly had been spiraling mentally and described him as paranoid.
I was stacking up his clothing, that vest, the earbuds. That was, he always walked around with those earbuds, or different ones, and just his haircut, and then that backpack. That he always had that backpack on.
The suspect did not enter a plea yesterday for the murder charges. His bond remains at $1 million.
Well, 2 West Coast states are dropping their mask mandates soon, and that's leaving Washingtonians wondering, will our mask mandate end soon as well? So this morning, KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is joining us live with more on what Governor Jay Inslee is saying. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Channing. So as of right now, you still need a mask to enter indoor public places here in Washington State. You can see the sign on this door here of this business, face coverings required. That has been a rule since back in August. Now, though, Oregon, California, and New York are dropping their mask mandates. New York's is ending on Thursday. California's is ending next week, and Oregon's is at the end of March. But Governor Inslee has not decided if or when our mask mandate here in Washington will end. Inslee said the state is tracking cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. On Monday, he said, quote, "We are optimistic that these numbers will continue to decline in a way that will let us revisit the mask requirements in the near future." Now, the Washington State Superintendent said he supports making masks optional.
It's time to make the next transition in this pandemic, and that is likely a mask optional, but our schools are ready to make this transition.
So on the other hand, hospital experts are saying it's too early to end the mask mandate. Both Oregon and California will still have mask rules for healthcare settings and businesses who choose to keep them. Now, we did hit a peak of COVID-19 cases specifically here in Washington state on January 14th. Since that day, we have had a steady decrease of cases in Washington state. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
This leads to our question of the morning. Should Washington state follow other states by dropping their mask mandates? Here's what you need to do to vote in our poll. Just text the word poll to the number 509-448-2000. That will send you a link to our Twitter poll, or you can use the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media and let us know what you think. It is time now for your morning rush, more news in less time. Spokane Falls Community College is expanding their testing site operations. The site will now be open 7 days a week. The expansion will start this Thursday. The drive-up testing site is open from 8:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. The first flu-related death has now been reported in Spokane County. According to the Spokane Regional Health District, a woman in her 80s died with underlying health conditions. So far, 3 other flu-related deaths have been reported in Washington this season. However, the health district says flu activity has been low in the region. Wallace, Idaho is getting a new bank. Mountain West Bank will be moving into the historic First National Bank of Wallace building in May. U.S. Bank closed in Wallace, their branch there, in January, leaving the community without a bank for miles. The bank will now have a new ATM for locals for the next few months who have no way to withdraw money while in town. Mountain West Bank plans to open its doors in May. Last night, University and Central Valley High Schools faced off in the stinky sneaker game at the Spokane Arena. It was a clean sweep for Central Valley as both the boys and girls basketball teams took home wins. The Bears also won the coveted Stinky Sneaker Spirit Award. And that's a look at your morning rush.
When you grow quickly, sometimes it does present financial challenges as well.
As the city of Spokane booms, we asked how they plan for population growth in their budget.
And we get a check of a highly anticipated building in Spokane and how the Inland Northwest continues to grow in the world of sports.
Anyone think to know about weather? Well, our mild stretch continues. We'll call it dry and mild as we head through the week. Temperatures in the mid-40s again today.